Hello, and welcome to the last ever 11 o'clock Wednesday class. Well, never say never, because you never know. Things might change again, might go into lockdown again. Wouldn't that be fun? Right, we're up to S in the alphabet, and of course, I was thinking, what can I do? What can I do? And I didn't really want to bang on about sarcopenia again, but I couldn't think of any other S's. Sugar, don't eat it. So, sarcopenia, which is, for those of you that have never seen any of my talks or anything, sarcopenia is the muscle wastage that happens with age. It just does happen. After the age of about 35, it's all downhill, folks. But once you get into your 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, definitely, and on, you can lose as much as 10% of muscle mass per decade. And you don't notice it always, because sometimes the muscle is replaced by fat, but you do notice that you can do less, and that's one of the reasons is sarcopenia. I mean, you've probably seen older people with very thin arms and legs, so big body. Well, that's sarcopenia. Their muscles have gone. And I think I mentioned that my forearms, I noticed my forearms were getting very sort of thin and stringy. And so what I did was I got myself some hand strengtheners, because if you notice, it's actually your muscles in your arm that move your hand. You have muscles in your hand as well, obviously, but it's your forearms that you can get those cheaply from Decathlon. But yes, the good news is that you can slow sarcopenia down. You can't stop it entirely, but slow it down by doing ideally 2-3 strength sessions a week would be really good. And in my sessions, I concentrate on strength, because we really need, I think I mentioned before about being a strong older person. Like Betty Davis said, old age ain't for sissies. But the thing is with sarcopenia, it's like living with somebody. You don't notice that they're getting shorter or fatter or thinner, or because you see them every day. And it's the same with yourself. You don't notice that you're just maybe gradually less able to do certain things that you used to be able to do quite easily. So it's really important for maintaining independence in older age. I mean, this is what all these classes are about. It's to help you to become strong and to maintain independence in older age. Well, as we're talking about muscles, I should go back to P for protein. I think I may have mentioned this before. I mean, those of you that know me quite well know that for the last 3, maybe 4, it's difficult to tell, time goes so fast, isn't it, years, I have adopted a low-carb, high-fat diet. You must get over the fact that fat is bad for you. It's not. Sunflower oils and oils from seeds are not very good for you, but olive oil, animal fat is okay, I believe. And one of the things that you can do also is to increase the amount of protein that you need to eat. It used to be said that older people don't need as much protein as children, because children are building bones and all sorts of it. Now they come to the conclusion that they think that protein in older age is probably more important than it is in younger age. So I should have looked this up before I came, but I mentioned it before. You should have a protein at every meal. So, for example, in breakfast, I have eggs or fish sometimes, bacon. I've been known to have steak for breakfast, actually. It's quite meat-heavy, my diet. Lunchtime, maybe fish, and then a protein for a meal in the evening as well. So 3 hits of protein a day. A cup of tea and toast just doesn't cut it, unless you have a couple of eggs on top of the toast. And in fact, it'd be better to have a couple of eggs and no toast, because carbohydrate is quite inflammatory and too much can lead to metabolic syndrome, which is a whole nother story. But if you're wanting to maybe lose a bit of weight, low carb is very, very good. Fat does not make you fat. Carbohydrate makes you fat because it releases insulin, and insulin allows you to store fat. Right, that was quick today. Yes, so don't let the devil sarcopenia get you. Use any excuse to use to be strong. That's all I have to say. Right, so from next week, there's no class on Monday, but there will be a class on Wednesday the 5th at 9 o'clock in the morning. And if you are watching this on a laptop and the picture is small, underneath there's a comment section, and there is a link there which says buy me a coffee. Well, it says if you think it's worth it, buy me a coffee. And you don't need to go mad. Just one coffee is just lovely. I'd be very happy with one coffee. If you don't want to, it doesn't matter. Or if you can't afford it, it doesn't matter. I will never know. I don't know who pays and who doesn't. Unless I do know sometimes when people do buy me one, because there's a facility to do it anonymously or to leave your name. And for those of you that have bought me a coffee, or several coffees actually, in the last week or so, I thank you very much. I appreciate that. So without further ado, on with the class. So you need a chair. I need to put this down a little bit. You need a chair and a band, an exercise band. Doesn't matter if you don't have an exercise band. If you do well, it would be better if you had one, but if you just do the movements that we're going to do without the band, it'll be fine. If you need to sit in the chair, you can sit. Most exercises can be done in the chair. It is better if you can stand up, because stand up is good for your proprioception. Refer 2 or 3 days ago, 2 or 3 sessions ago, and you'll find proprioception and an explanation of it. So it's better for your muscles and for your core and everything if you can stand up, because you have to sort of balance and things. And yeah, so we'll start with a warm-up, the main body of the exercise, and then we'll do some stretching at the end. So let's just start. I'm sure there's things I've forgotten to tell you. It seemed a bit quick, but never mind. So just marching on the spot, very, very gently. Knees hardly come up at all. Feet hardly leave the floor. On your toes if you can. If not, then that's fine. But if you can do it on your toes, it's really good. Walking on your toes is very beneficial for your legs and your balance and your ankles and your feet. Just very good. It's quite warm today here, so I don't know what it's like where you are. Exaggerate your arm movement slightly so that your shoulders get a little bit of mobility, to warm your shoulders up as well, to get that synovial fluid that's in the shoulders warmed and thinning and lubricating. Okay, so you can stop doing that for a moment. Hands on your shoulders, stretch up. Try and get your hands by your ears. If you can't, if you can only get them to there, your arms, if you've got limited shoulder mobility, absolutely fine. The main thing is never force it. And if you want, you can keep doing your marching. It's up to you. And then back down there, out to the side, in, and then forwards, and back up again. Have a nice stretch. Back down, out to the side, and forward, and one more time. Up, and to the side, and forward. Fabulous. Right. Hand on your shoulder, elbow out to the side like a wing. Remember the pencil on the end of your elbow, and we're going to do 5 nice big circles backwards. Okay, so we're going to do 1 nice full range of movement. Get that shoulder moving. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the other one, just check that your arm is sticking straight out. And we're going to go backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll probably find one arm it's easier than the other. 1, 2, 3. My right is definitely easier than this one. 5. Is that 5? Last one with the arms, but this does the back as well, actually. As you know, I really like this exercise. And it's very simple. One arm comes up, the other arm comes behind. So if you can get one arm by your ear and the other arm back as far as you can. And it's only, don't rock as you do it. It's only your arms that move. And we're going to do 10. So we're going to do 1, 2, nice and gentle. 3, just make sure it's only your arms that move. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Right. We're going to start by doing heel digs. Just a little heel dig in front of you. The dog's asleep behind the chair. I hope he stays there. And at the same time as you're doing the heel digs, anchor your elbows into your waist. And as you do your heel, you do a bicep curl with the opposite arm. So one leg comes out, the opposite arm goes up. And the bicep curl helps warm up these muscles because we're going to be doing bicep curls with a band later on. 3, 2, 1. And the next one is out to the side. Just go back, out to the side. Don't need to go very far out to the side. Don't take very big steps on this. And then, prayer hands and out to the side with your hands. 3, 2, 1. Just going to see what's there. Hi, everybody. You should remind you taking muscle strength. Yeah, don't let that sarcopenia get you, Nikki. Right, the next one we're going to do is just take a step back. And at the same time as we're stepping back, hands are at your chest height, and we're going to be doing hands straight out in front of you, like that. It's a definite, it's not a sort of floaty movement. It's a definite out and back. And spread your fingers. Give your hands a bit of work. Give your forearms a bit of work. 3, 2, 1. And finally, we're just going to do a toe tap. So toe tap. And at the same time, we're just going to swing the opposite arm. Bring it quite far so that you do actually notice that your arm is swinging. And you're mobilizing your shoulder. 3, 2, 1. Right, we're going to put all that together. So we're going to do heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, back, side, back. Ooh, see that? The years of habit. Toe tap, heel dig, side, back. Swing your arms, Rosemary, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. We're going to do it one more time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Brilliant. Right. We're going to do a bit of shadow walking, because first of all we'll do the sideways one. So I've got my back to you so as you can see my feet. I'm going to put that down a bit so as you can see my feet. Give me a bit more room, okay? So you're going to put, this is not shadow walking. We're going to put your right foot over your left, and then bring your left foot back so as you're standing normally again. And then bring it behind and normal. In front, behind. I'm just about out of shot. And then we're going to reverse the process. So left foot over, there, left foot behind, over, behind. Okay, so we're going to do three steps each way. So 1, 2, 3. I can only fit in 2 in this thing. So a complete step is behind and over. Just take little steps. So over, there, back, there, over, there, back, there. That's about the range. Over, back. What you could do is you could practice this when we're not here. We'll do some shadow walking now. So this is good for coordination, but be very careful. If you're twisting one foot over the other, always be very careful that you don't get your feet tangled up and you fall. So shadow walking, if you remember, is right foot over, left foot over, and then back, 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 right, left, back, back, right, left, back, back. I should mention, I think, if you've had a hip replacement, this might not be a very good exercise for you, because hip replacement is not very good putting your leg over like that. But if you can manage it without pain or popping your hip out, and then we're going to do the other way, left, right, back, back, left, right, back, back, left, right, back, back, right, back, back, left, right, back, back. Whew. Did you manage that? Let me just see. That's okay. Right, what time is it? 12 minutes past. I think we warmed up enough. Ugh, I get warmed up hoiking this chair around. Right, we're going to go into the main body of the exercise now, and we're going to do some squats, of course. If you know the squats and don't need to listen to all this blurb, just start doing squats nice and slowly, good technique. If you don't want to do sort of 6 million squats, just walk on the spot with your arms right out to the side like that whilst I'm doing it. So as you're not just standing thinking about shopping or what have you. So a squat is sitting down but without the chair. So it's back like that, it's not like that. Your feet shouldn't come in front of your knees like that. You're always back like that, okay? And your knees shouldn't come in like that. Should be out, okay? If you can't manage a free squat, use the chair, sitting, and have your hands here so that you're tempted to use your hands, knees at 90 degrees, and you just stand up. And then notice when you're sitting down how you do naturally adopt the squat position. If you can't do that, swing your arms. And if you can't do that, put your hands on your knees and push yourself up. And then reverse the process. Okay, so the other thing is when you're doing the free squat, remember the eye in the middle of your chest should be looking forward. Try not to sort of bow down to the floor. Okay, so we're going to do 10. And at the top of the squat, when you're standing up, if you're doing the free squat, you don't need to do this if you're doing it from the chair. Just touch your hands behind your back, push your pelvis forward slightly. Okay, we're going to do 10. So remember the eye. 1, 2, weights in your heels. 3, 4. You don't need to go down as far as this. You can just go down to there. 5. Just go down within your capability. 6, 7, 8, falling backwards here, 9, 10. Whew, I could feel that on my thighs. Next one we're doing is a seated down one, thankfully. Seated row. So get the chair, sit at the front of it, feet are straight out, legs straight out, feet, toes pulled back. If you haven't got a band, just do the arm movements that I'll show you in a moment. Loop your band over your feet. And sitting up nice and straight, it's only your arms that move. I'll bring this round to show you. There we are. So, feet out, heels are on the floor the whole time. Have quite a good bit of tension on the band. So your hands are probably halfway down the band. Sitting up nice and straight, and it's only your arms that move. They just pull back like that. They're not out, you're not lifting. Your hands are sort of skimming your thighs, not touching your thighs, and you pull back and hold it there for a few seconds. Try and squeeze your shoulder blades together and then release nice and slowly. So that's 2. Your torso doesn't move at all, it's just your arms that move. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Staying in the chair, I'm going to move. Oh no, it's about right. Staying in the chair, you need to be at the front of the chair still. And you're going to put the band under your knees and then hold it on either side of your knee. So your knees are like that. Then I want you to move your knees so that your thighs are parallel. Don't let the band slip. The band is there at the side of your knees and it stays there. So that when you open your knees so that your thighs are parallel, you're straining against the band. That is our starting position. And then we're going to open our legs as far as we can and then back to the starting position. That's 1. We're going to do 10 of these. Out and then in. 2. You may not be able to move very far. That's fine. 3. As long as you're working against the band. 4. Move forward in the seat a bit, actually, so if you can, it helps with the movement. 5. I can feel this now on the side of my thighs, the top of my hips. 6. 7. 8. 9. Last one, I'm quite glad of that. This has been quite hard. 10. Well done. I could feel it there. There. Right, we're going to do bicep curl now. So you want your band on the floor and your elbows anchored into your waist and have quite a bit of tension. Have enough tension so that when you're starting with your hands sort of about 45 degrees, I suppose. And that's the start position, not sort of right down there. But you want it fairly far down because you want good range of movement. But you have to consciously keep your hand there because the tension wants to pull it down. And we're just going to close our elbow. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to do 10. 4. Don't move the torso. 5. Nice and slow and controlled. 6. 7. 8. 9, 10. Fab. And switch over. So standing on the band again, elbow anchored. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Now, we're doing the one leg balance. Remember, have the chair next to you. Don't try this without the chair. And safety supersedes balance. So if you're wobbly, hold on. Doesn't matter if you have to. I have to hold on sometimes. Everybody has to hold on sometimes. Don't fall over. We're going to engage our core. So if you breathe out, pull your navel into your backbone as hard as it'll go, and then relax it slightly. And then remember, we're going to do what leg up to the. Don't start yet. We're going to have it sort of parallel, and then up slightly. If you can't get it parallel, just do it as high as you can. But then when it's there, try and bring it up slightly, because that's using these muscles to pull it. Right. So breathe out, exhale. Pull your navel into your backbone, and then relax it slightly. Hands on your hips, or holding on with one hand if you have to. Bring your knee up, and then up again. We're going to hold it there for a couple of seconds, and then down. And then up again. Up. Down. Up. Up. 3. Don't put your weight on this leg when it's down. Just balance on it. Up. 4. Up. Up. 5. Be conscious of your other leg as well, because it's not just doing nothing inert, it's doing stuff. 6. 7. 8. 9. Last one on this side. Thank goodness. 10. Woohoo! Other one, same thing again. Exhale. Bring your navel into your backbone. Release slightly so that all these muscles are pulled up. Pelvic floor is pulled up nice and tight. Hands on hips. And up we go. Up. 1. 2. 3. Whoops, bit of a wobble there. Oh. 4. 5. Those of you who have done yoga in the past will find this probably easier than I do, although I do dabble in yoga. 6. 7. 8. 9. Last one. Oh, I'm falling over to the side. There we go. 10. Woof. Puts quite a strain on your static leg as well, but it is good for it. Makes me want to do this, just to wiggle it out a bit. Right, next one is the upward row. This is the one where if you don't have a band, hold your thumb, and it's the elbows going up. So you always maintain that V. Remember, the object of the exercise is not to get your hands to your chin at any cost. If you can get them to your chin with your elbows up, good. If you can only do it to there, that's good as well. This is one of the ones that's probably best done without a band until you get the technique. If you're using a band, stand on it, cross it over, and remember, try and keep your forearm, your wrist, and your hand as one, like a board. Don't bend your wrists like that. So, standing up nice and straight, shoulders nice and relaxed. Don't hunch your shoulders. I'm going to go 1. Control the descent as well. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Well done. Now the next one is the abs one. I'm changing this slightly today, and I quite like feedback about it. So what I want you to do is I want you to sit on the chair sideways. So the back of the chair is either on your left-hand side or your right-hand side, depending on which way you sit on it. Okay? And then I'm going to turn the chair so that I'm sitting sideways to you, because I want to show you what I want to do. I'll have to do it this way, I think, won't I? Yes. So that you can see what I'm doing. So you're sitting sideways on the chair. Shuffle your bottom forward a little bit so you've got a bit of space. You've got a bit of chair behind you. And then holding on, you can hold on to the back of the chair if you want. I want you to lean back slightly so that, just so that you can feel your abs engaging. Not sort of right back like that, just enough so that you're having to engage your abs. But then I want you to bring your knees up like that. You can hold on or not, it's entirely up to you. But we're going to sit like this for a count of 5. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put your feet down and sit up. And then we're going to repeat. Back, not too far, remember. And then bring your knees up. Even if you only bring them a bit off the floor, you're still using your stomach muscles. Let go if you can. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're sort of on the back of your bum there. You may feel it here as well on your knees. You can put your knees down if you want. Put your knees down and sit up. We're going to do this 5 times. So then back again, knees up, so that there's a V here. 1, 2, you can put your hands there. 2, 3, 4. Some of you will recognize this as a yoga pose, although it's usually done on the floor. Knees down and up. That's 3. Back again. Knees up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knees down, back up. What you can do, if you want, if you find that difficult, is to go back, but hold on to your knees until they're there, and then let go. It's balancing as well, actually. If you need to, hold on to the back here to stop yourself falling backwards. 1, 2. See, I can really feel that now. The 5th one, I can really feel it on my abs. And then put that down and sit up. I'd quite like some feedback about that, please, because it's quite effective, but I don't know if people would find it too difficult or whether it's okay. So give me some feedback on that if you would be so kind. Thank you. Not now, but later on. There is room, you know, if you go on when it's uploaded. I think it takes a little while to upload actually onto the page, onto my YouTube channel. But when you see it, there's a underneath. If you scroll down, there's a comment section. You can leave comments there, and they don't disappear. These comments that you leave when we're doing it live, as far as I can see, they disappear. So, but if you want a permanent comment, go into the YouTube channel. Might need to be sort of tomorrow until it's uploaded. I haven't quite sussed that bit out yet. Right, that's your abs. Triceps now. Oh, I can feel that. Can you feel that? I feel like they must have felt like on play school. Can you feel that, children? What are we doing? Triceps, yes. So that's this one. So this is the one where you have the band over your shoulder. This arm is controlling the tension of the band. Your arm is back, right back like this. If you've got mobility problems with your shoulders, you still hold on to this, but have your hand there, mid-chest. And as we push up to the ceiling, you push down to the floor. It's using the same muscle. Okay, so we're going to do 10. And remember, your shoulder doesn't move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And swap over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good stuff. Right, we're going to do some comments there. I'm just going to quickly read the comments. Feels safer on the floor, yeah. Can't lift feet more than an inch. Okay, that's fine. Right. Would you prefer me to go back to the abs the way we did it? That's for another time if you want. I'll have a think about that. More squats. 10 more squats. Okay? Are you ready? Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, oops, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. Well done. Right, side bends. Feet slightly wider than hip width apart. And remember, if you're putting a hand over your shoulder, you don't have over your head, you don't have to do that. You can just do them like this. But if you're going to do that, keep it straight so that it's not just flopping inertly. You're actually having to tighten your muscles to keep it straight. So, and it's easier if you breathe out while you're going down. So, 1. Oh, oh, I hate this. It must be doing me good. 2. Gets easier as we go more into the exercise. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, so glad that's over. Right, we're going to do our little routine, and we're going to do it 3 times, and then we'll put the music on, either literally in your case or in my head in my case. So I'm just going to move the chair so it's out of the way. It's a bit distracting there, isn't it? You can just see a bit of it. That's a bit better. Right, so we're going to do heel dig, nice and slowly, side, back, toe tap, heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Last time, heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Right, put some music on if you like. I've got mine in my head. We're going to do a little bit faster. So heel dig, side, back, toe tap. 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 Last time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. How's that? Do you manage it? Right. We're going to end with what we call, or what I call, heartbeat, because it makes your heart beat. Now, this is totally voluntary. If you don't want to do it, or you woke up feeling a bit meh, or you feel it would be unsafe for you, or you've got any heart problems, or any reason at all, don't do it. But if you want to do it, it's 3 bouts of 20 seconds of running on the spot as fast as you can. Now remember, it's just like that. You don't need to take great big steps like that. It's tiny little steps, using your arms as well, just as fast as ever you can. And we're going to do it 3 bouts of 20 seconds. I'm not going to do it, obviously, because, perks of being the teacher, I need to concentrate on the stopwatch, because 20 seconds of high intensity training is a long time. 22 seconds is an eternity, so I want to cut you off at 20 seconds. So, on your marks, get set, off you go. Remember, use your arms as well. Try not to hunch your shoulders. Nice and relaxed, just as fast as ever you can. Fast, 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 fast. 17, 18, 19, 20. How was that? Did you manage it? If you want to do it in the chair, you can just do the same movements, except your legs have to go up and down. Your arms can do the same. I think it's actually probably more difficult to do that than it is doing it standing up. But it's up to you. It's entirely up to you. I just give you a few more seconds to recover. I mean, I'm a bit cruel because after you've done 20 seconds, really, you should have about a minute to recover. But we'd be here all day if we did that. So I'm being a bit cruel and forcing you to go a little bit faster. So, you ready? On your marks, set, go. I can see you. I can see who's slacking and who isn't. Get those legs going. It's good for you, this. It may feel like torture, but it is good for you. 17, 18, 19, 20. Well done. Well done. Only one more to go. I mean, 3 is nothing, is it? And it is so good for you. It gets your heart going. It gets your cardiovascular system going. It's good for reducing visceral fat. That's the fat you can't see, the stuff that's clogging up all your vital organs. What else does it do? It's good for insulin resistance. Well, it's good for combating insulin resistance. Oh, look, I've got a little bit of hair sticking up. It's good for combating insulin resistance. It's just good. It's good for your arms and legs and everything. Right, are you ready? On your marks, set, off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. See, my attention wandered there. You nearly had to do 22. Right. Just get your breath back for a couple of seconds. I'm not going to give you much recovery time because we're going to do the stretching. And the stretching isn't particularly onerous on your cardiovascular system. So, if you haven't collapsed totally, get your chair. And we're going to do the calf stretch. So the front knee is bent, front leg is bent, back one is straight. Remember, heels are both on the ground, and just check that your feet are both pointing in the same direction. Remember what we were saying about proprioception, knowing where you are. Actually, it's surprisingly difficult to balance like this. If you put one foot there and the other one there, but they're both facing the same way, you bring them in. It's quite difficult to balance, but you've got the chair. And it's not a balanced one, so lean forward and you feel the stretch in the calf at the top of the calf. We'll just keep that for a few seconds more, and then you're going to very gently and slightly bend your back knee, and your heel comes off the ground and your weight is on that back foot. So when your heel comes off the ground, you should feel the stretch going down into your Achilles tendon and your lower calf as well. And then switch over. Just check your feet are in the right position. The more you lean forward, the more fierce the stretch. And then gently bend your back knee. Feel the stretch moving down into your lower calf and your Achilles. And release. The next one is for the quadriceps, the thigh muscles. If you can, grab your foot, your shoe, your trouser leg, your sock, your ankle, whatever you can, and standing upright, nice and tall, Bring your knees together. If you can't do that, I'm going to do the static stretch, the dynamic stretches, which is this. Have your hands behind you. See if you can kick your hands. Okay. I'm going to do a static stretch. So those of you that are doing the static stretch are with me. Ooh, I'm falling over here. Hold on, it's not a balance one, but you can practice your balance if you want. There's never any bad time to practice your balance. Oh, I'm falling over. We'll use that as a nice bit to stop. So if you're doing the static stretching, swap to the other leg. If you're doing the dynamic stretching, just keep moving your legs. See if I can balance. Okay. Right, we're going to do the hamstrings now. Big muscles in the back of your leg. Sit in the chair, but sit as far forward as you can. Knees at 90 degrees, sitting up nice and straight. One leg goes forward, toe pulled back, sitting up nice and straight, lean forward from the hips, not from the waist. Oh, I'm a bit stiff today. Don't know what I've been doing. Some of you, like I keep saying, stretching should be challenging but not painful. Some of you may not be able to go down as far, may only be able to go down to here. Some of you are more flexible, might be able to go way over your foot. It's entirely up to you. And then sit up. And the other foot. So sitting up nice and straight. Lean forward from the hips, not from the waist. And then sit up. Stand up, in fact. Hands out to the side. Palms facing forwards, and then round the tree. Remember, it's like that, round rather than that. Chest height, no, shoulder height. Dip your shoulders. Sorry, dip your head. And then if you can, interlink your fingers behind your back. If you can't, just try and get your elbows together. If you can interlink your fingers, pull your arms out a bit. That gives you a stretch across your chest. If you can't do that, just keep your elbows tight in like that, so as you get that stretch across your chest. Okay. And then take one hand, put it up and back. So it's like that. If you've got shoulder mobility problems, leave this one out. And then you just push your arm back slightly, so as you get a stretch here. And then switch to the other arm. Okay. Get your chair. Oops. Chair's falling to bits. Sitting in the chair, sort of halfway. Sitting up nice and straight. Don't use the back to rest on. Dip your head. Put your hand on your crown. Don't push, just let the weight of your hand. Push your head down. Just feel the stretch up your back. And then bring your head up. Turn your head to the right, only your head, not your shoulders. See how far you can get. Note where your chin is in relation to your shoulder. Put your other hand, turning to the left, put your right hand on the right hand side of your face. Try and turn your head back to the center, but resist with your hand. So you're creating tension in your neck. And then release the tension, and you should be able to turn your head just a tiny bit further to the left. Just keep it there for a few seconds. And then bring it back to the center, and then turn it to the right. Put your hand on your chin. There's the left hand on the left hand side of your face this time. Try and turn your head back to the center, and really, really resist with your hand, and then release all the tension. See if you can turn your head a little bit more to the left. To the right, sorry. And then bring your head back to the center. And that's it. I'll have a think about that abs exercise, and I'll hopefully see you next Wednesday at 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock. They say be there or be square. Thank you. Bye.